For MLB 13 to show, we're going to be going with a player from the Dominican Republic. First things first, we're going to make him a center fielder. He's going to be right-handed. He's going to have a lot of speed. He's going to be a middle-of-the-road hitter. He's going to have a rocket arm. They're the only country that goes by the. So, you know how I do top 100 baby names. We came up with MOISES. In terms of the last name, we came up with Betancourt. I have no specific reason. I do know a few people with the last name, but there's no real reason as to why I chose the names that I did. In terms of age, he's going to be 22. In terms of number, he's going to be 22, like the cover star Andrew McCutcheon, and obviously born in the DR. We looked at the World Baseball Classic roster. Average height 6 foot. Average weight for that height was 210. And I feel like I've been doing a good job, bro, with making these people look the way they're supposed to for their nationality. So I'm going to keep doing a good job. A little bit more about Moises Betancourt. Born and raised in the Dominican Republic. In 2007, the same year as Jose Altuve, Urias Familia, and Wilmer Flores, he signed with the Boston Red Sox at the age of 16 for $50,000 and immediately began playing for the club's Dominican Summer League team. However, the team wasn't very successful. Third place was the best finish for the team while he would play for them. Now, fast forward to the 2013 season, after going through all the rookie levels for the Red Sox in the Gulf Coast League, I think that's what it was called, the organization thinks it's time to accelerate his ascension through the minors with only 6 skilled players under the age of 25 on the everyday roster. So right now he's coming in same time with Xander Bogaerts, but yeah, bro, they need younger guys on the roster. You know what it is with Boston when it comes to ending the curse of the Bambino and trying to get that championship. So they got a lot of older guys on the roster, and they kind of got to start, even though they're in win now mode, they got to kind of put stuff in place so they don't end up in a situation where, for lack of better words, they end up assed out. I mean, I don't know how else to kind of say it without being too, I guess, I don't know, rudimentary. I don't know, ignorant. But yeah, so they ended that curse back in 2004, right? And in 2007, they won again. And then right now, they're really at their peak in terms of trying to get this one in 2013. Because if they don't set it up right, there won't be the 2018 that we know about. So that's really what it is going on with Moises right now. And you know how it is with Dominican players. They're like the top of the line. They're the top shelf. They're the wine that's aged for years. The ones that everybody wants when it comes to international free agents. Obviously, Japan is kind of caught up with the pitchers. But in terms of per capita and like the sheer volume of international free agents, it's Dominican Republic, and it's not even close. So Venezuela's around, you know, they're right behind. Puerto Rico as well. But when it comes to signing these free agents, especially young, right, like 15, 16, 17, it's the Dominican players. So that's why I kind of brought up some of the other guys that would have been signed in 2007 as well. And so it's a thing, bro. Just like how in America, you know, you get to 18 and you either go to college or you go to the army. Well, shoot, when you hit 15, 16, and I really want to say 16. But when you hit 16, bro, in Dominican Republic, you got to be signing with a major league team in some capacity. That's why, for example, Moises signed for 50,000. And I remember when I was looking at it, bro, there was another dude that had signed for like 50,000 that ended up being a steal, bro. I think it was it Sterling Castro that signed for like 50,000? He ended up getting like two all-star appearances and stuff, and it's like, bro, ain't no way. So we're gonna be starting in Portland, and we're here for his first game. As you saw, though, he's a middle of the road hitter. He's not really a super power hitter or average hitter, but I realized playing this game was easier than any game I ever played when it came to like getting hits and stuff. So I'm warning y'all now before you see it. Here we are, bottom of the second, no one on, no one out, and I believe we're down by 4, but that's a good little first hit here at the AA level. And that's his first career hit. Bro, I got a lot going on with this career, man, because I felt like he easily could have been one of those guys that stayed and played in the Dominican Summer League or the Winter League or whatever it is, which he did, but you remember how it was with Mateo where he had to go from different leagues in Mexico. But the big difference is, like I said, being a young player from, bro, what are we doing? We just got picked. Oh shit, he could have got it. That's one thing I do want to try and show you guys more is like the base running stuff because I want him to be that player for me. That's why I put his speed all the way up. And for example, you saw how I was with Mateo, man. I was so enamored by having a guy that even at the age of 40 that was able to get extra bases that I went all out here with Moises. And we're getting our butts kicked. I mean, this is our first opportunity for us to field the ball, by the way, you know, how I normally do. Damn, this shit kind of hard. It's kind of hard to field the ball, man. That's why you ain't going to see it no more for the rest of his career. I remember when I first was doing it, bro, with Aratal, I was throwing some bull crap. I didn't even know which way to throw the ball to first. So, yeah, bro. And then as the games go by, they allow you to simulate and kind of skip those circumstances. So right here, one thing I learned, like with the last at bat, so we're here bottom of the fifth, no one on. I don't know if there's any outs. I do know we're down by 6 though. And that's what I was gonna say. Last time when I said it was no one out, well, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was nobody on or out. I can't tell. And the way how the screen is set up, they just want you to see at the top left, I mean, what you got going on, if that makes sense. Oh, wait, no, I do know. Because it should be yellow. That's a home run. Shit. Forget about who on or out. That ball is out. He hit that shit over whatever that's supposed to be. You know what's crazy, man? This little field, this is a good looking field, bro. I believe they're in Portland, right? And that's his first home run in his second at bat. Yeah, I'm tripping. The way how you know who's on or out or whatever it is, well, obviously you know who's on when you look at the bases. But I just realized, like normal baseball, they'll have the yellow underneath. And obviously, 1 or 2 outs is easy to understand. Why that look like the damn White House back there, bro? They in Portland or they in Washington, D.C., bro? What the hell? Did y'all see that or am I just tripping? The whole dugout bull crapping. We actually skipped out from Mateo on all these kinds of interactions. We just got straight to next at bat. So at least for Moises, he gets to kind of enjoy his career and enjoy this Red Sox organization a little bit. All right, back to business though, for real, for real. Back to work, man. I made him drip out and look just like Andrew. And like I said, hey, keep looking at him. Tell me he don't look Dominican, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. I've been doing a good job, bro. So here we are, bottom of the 7th. No one on, no one out. We're down by 8. And I think I just hit another one. I told you this game is probably the easiest game I've ever. Yo, he's just hitting it. They lucky that they don't have them. You know how they have like seating in the outfield for like families and stuff, so kids can run. They lucky they don't got that crap. Not here in Portland with him hitting the ball like that. Somebody kid gonna get boinked. You know what's crazy in the head? Pause. Don't make that sound wrong. Don't think too much. You know what I meant. But in this freaking 2025, you gotta make sure you say what you meant. But think about it. Imagine running around as a kid and you get beamed in the head with a baseball, bro. And as a kid too, you're not even thinking, but shit, parents probably thinking like, yeah, man, I gotta sue on some bullshit, even though you know probably on the ticket it say if you get hit with the ball, we ain't liable. You need to pay attention. But I don't know. I just came up with a whole scenario because the way he's hitting the long ball, like I said, this ain't gonna be the first time. We're gonna see this a lot in his career. It's pretty easy. I don't know why it's so goddamn easy. It's easier than any other game I've ever played. So here we are, bottom of the eighth. No one on, one out, down by 6. And this shit's gone again, bro. Now, obviously, again, I am playing like on the easier level because I just started it. So I got to get a feel for how to play the game. I'm not going to jump out and try to play on the hardest Hall of Fame like a dumbass, bro. I haven't played this game before. So all I'm saying is kind of like I did with was it Lionel Brown? I'm giving y'all the heads up. I'm telling y'all this about to look wonky. So don't get mad and don't get kind of like, oh, I ain't gonna watch this crap because he bull crapping. I'm telling you what's happening. I gotta figure this game out, see how the game go first, and then I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it to where it's supposed to be. And even for me, I actually get mad too playing the game, but we end up losing 9-4. I went 4 for 4, 3 home runs on some nonsense because it ended up being just for 3 solo RBI. So it kind of sucks in terms of being able to hit 3 jacks, but we still end up getting our butts kicked. And I'm pretty sure this Trenton, it shouldn't be Trenton. That's weird because we're all the way in Portland and we're playing Trenton. And what I was going to say is Trenton is the Yankees AA team. See, look at it. See what I told y'all about the field and shit? Look how crazy he looked. You see that? That's one of the reasons why this dude right here won player of the game because I'm out here bullcrapping, can't field. So, shit. I try not to show how bad I am at fielding. And there it goes on Front Street. That was the first. I think that was the first opportunity that I actually had. So the one that you saw that we showed was probably like the third, or like the second opportunity to catch the ball, but the third overall opportunity. So that was a great debut. I mean, if you hit 3 home runs in a game, you're not gonna be, I hope, like Rafael Rojas. So let's see, man. We are here in May. We're first in the division, and we're like 10 games up. So I'm just trying to get a feel for how everything is in this game. You can see it in the top. We're here in June, and we're first in the division, and we're like 18 games up. And then now we're here at the halfway point in July. First in the division, I think we were 30 games up, bro, if I wasn't mistaken. It was like 56-23. I don't know. I can't necessarily tell you because that's the other thing, too, is I got to get adjusted. 4-17 with 8 home runs. 3 of them we hit in the opening day game. Shit. So he really ain't a home run hitter like I was saying. He's middle of the road, like where he's not too much power, not too much contact. Shoot, he hit 5 for the whole rest of the couple months. But yeah, I'm just getting used to how everything is laid out here. We played every game though. I think he's a starter, so that's good. I mean, he's not Mateo, as you can see here, because Mateo would have had like 20 even when he was in the minors. And so, Portland Bay Sox. So we're going to be right here, 467, 21 hits, 2 home runs in the last 10 games. I think it said we were first in batting average, actually. We're 11th in hits. He's doing good, bro. First in triples, obviously having all that speed. I actually should start tracking steals and stuff like that, but I'm gonna just keep doing how I've been doing. In terms of All-Star voting, he's second right here in his first year, so he probably gonna make the All-Star game. And remember, with Double A, they got it a little bit different. They'll have like a Eastern League All-Star game with just the players from the Eastern League, I believe. I'm not sure. I remember it being like some weird stuff where it was kind of a actual Eastern League game. So like it's not East versus the West League, and then the best player, even though he would have made it because he was the second center fielder. But yeah, it's different. This Double A stuff is way different. So now let's see what we could do here in this All Star game, man. I don't even know where we at. It looked like Texas or Minnesota if we're looking at the floor right there. It looks like the Twins logo, which is pretty cool. So here we are, bottom of the third. No one on, no one out. Down by one. Yeah, that's Minnesota. It's crazy though, like how these stadiums look, man. It's a good stadium, bro. Baseball stadiums is unique. Oh, that's a nice pitch. Yep. Nice little hit. Target Field. So you talking about like Target, like the place that all the what do you, I want to say this politically correct. All the moms go. They got a field after Target. That's hard, bro. That is hard. I didn't even realize it, but that's a nice little hit here in the All Star game, and he's showing that same type of Mateo trajectory, man. Getting the All Star game first year. Shoot, all the good players I've had so far have made the All Star game first year, so this is good. This is definitely good. A good sign, man. My boy Moises. And I'm rooting for the Dominican dude, bro, because growing up, those was my people, so you know I'm rooting for him, bro. I don't want him to be like the Venezuelan dude. So here we are, bottom of the fourth, one on, one out, and we got the lead. We up by two right now, and that's a good little hit. You can already tell though, like he's smooth, and that's a nice little RBI, and that's a nice little double. Yeah, man, I like the way this career starting off. He's a smooth little player, man. 6 foot, 210, basically the same as um Osvaldo, and why am I blanking? Mateo. Those two are the same basic build as he is. But shoot, I think Rafael was the same build too, but he was on that bull. He was on that nonsense, bro. But yeah, I like the way this is starting out, bro. Like I said, just the trials and tribulations of being a Dominican player, like young, and they got to get you young and throw you into the system. And a lot of those guys end up being good. So here we are, bottom of the eighth, no one on, two outs, up by four, and probably trying to put an exclamation point on this game, man, because every game, see, like I said, it's easy, but it's not like every single at bat gonna be a home run, bro. It's just not. Get back on base. That's good. What's that? Two doubles? So we end up getting the win 8-3, going 3 for 4, and that's a good game, man, for real. So even to talk about just Dominican players, because some of them are my favorite players, man, is the idea that they got Tatis Jr., they got Guerrero Jr., they got Juan Soto, Devers, Ozuna. Like, bro, they got some guys, bro. They got some guys, man, that really be doing, you know what I'm saying, handling their business in the league. So for me, even like when you think about historically the guys that they've had, like Manny Ramirez, Albert Pujols, David Ortiz, Guerrero Sr., Robinson Cano, Pedro Martinez, like growing up, Soriano, Cruz, Sosa, shit, Batista, Ramirez, Tejada, like growing up, that's the players I always kind of gravitated to. And I'm gonna be honest, bro, because there wasn't that many African American or black baseball players besides Dontrell Willis that I saw that was, that intrigued me growing up. But Then when you name these guys I just told you, it's like, all right, cool. And they all darker, bro. Everybody I just named, you could tell they Dominican. They not one of those ones like, what's that guy, Jeffrey, when he was making a joke? I know black, Poppy, I know black. Yeah, not those guys, bro. So, right here, we about 30 games over. Won the division easily. And the only thing that kind of sucks is, being with the Red Sox, they about to win the World Series. So it kind of sucks that here in 2013, I'm in Double A with no real chance of getting to be a part of that. But I am being optimistic that maybe in 2018, well, not maybe, with the way his career's been going, the way he's been playing, I should definitely be able to jump on that. Hitting 371 in his first season, I should be able to be a part of that 2018 World Series. So we'll simulate, and let's see if we can get these boys up out of here. Nah, it's 2-1. So we got to play right here. Oh no, we got the dub. And that's the thing about Double A, if you remember. So we just won the Eastern Division. Now we still got to go beat the best team in the Western Division. So that's probably what I'll play, the actual Eastern League Championship. So now we got Bowie or whatever, the team from Maryland, basically. The Baltimore Orioles Double A team. And that's the game I'll play. Like the actual championship, if that makes sense. That's why I said Double A is a little bit different, bro. They always got some hoops for you to jump through. So where are we? We in Maryland? Because I'm pretty sure that's where Bowie is, if I'm not mistaken. So here we are, top of the first. We got runners on the corners, 2 out, up by 1. First pitch, gone. Hitting it off that little green, the mini green monster. That shit is gone. That's 410 feet, 15 maybe. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's either I'm going to get a nice hit that will probably get me extra bases, or I'm going to get a nice hit that's going to be out of here. So I'm enjoying this career to this point, man. It's a little easy. Like I said, I'm going to have to turn up this difficulty, man, because I don't want this to be Lionel Brown Part 2. I want y'all guys to tune out, man. I want y'all to watch it straight through and see everything that's going to happen, because I like the way his career's starting. And even that, you could tell he don't really got the power of a Mateo, because 400 feet, I mean, I never really kept track, but I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, Mateo hit the furthest out of everybody so far. Like, Osvaldo was hitting home runs, Sebastian was hitting home runs, but they wasn't hitting them like Mateo. And then obviously, I mean, he ended up with 893 home runs, I think it was. Something crazy. So, I mean, the numbers speak for itself, bro. Here we are, top of the fourth, no one on, no one out, up by 3, trying to get this championship, man. That's another home run. I like how this game got that little, like, fire on the end of the ball, though. That's kind of cool. It's easier to track, and it's just a cool animation. That's another home run. That's what it's about to be, bro. It's either going to be home run or it's going to be a double, is what I feel like. It's not going to be too many hits that I'm putting into play. That's not going to be, extra bases. So I kind of feel bad for Bowie, because ain't shit they could do right now. Ain't nothing they could do, man. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Like, this guy is on it. And he's showing, you know what I'm saying? Like, all those Dominican players I named, bro, they all are freaking good. Like, all of them are good. There ain't no slouches in there. Ain't no, I think he's okay. Nah, those are all dudes that made the All-Star game and shit, made it multiple times. So, it is what it is, man. Let's see what we could do here in this next situation. Probably another home run. Top of the fifth, we got 2 on, 2 out, up by 5. If I hit another home run, this game might be over, bro. All right, there we go. Nice little base hit. Get us a nice little RBI. Okay. After I was just chatting about how I think it's impossible for us not to get a home run. We end up winning, though. Eastern League Championship. Everybody on the field jumping on top of each other. I mean, that's a good way to start the career, definitely. I don't think I've ever actually really lost though. If I'm being honest with you, if you go look at every series, bro, I don't think I've not won a AA championship, especially like in the first year. So it's not hard. Like when you have a dude who's a bona fide major league baseball player on your roster at the age of 22, he's gonna turn up. He's definitely gonna do his job, like you see here. Sweet swing, bro. Because what I do, and I don't know if I've spoke about this before or spoke in or however you grammatically correctly say what I'm trying to say, but I basically make them like the player that's on the cover. So he has Andrew's swing and mechanics, and that's why I'm trying to steal bases and do all kind of stuff, because that's what, you know, McCutcheon would do. So in case you guys were wondering, like, for example, Osvaldo was a better version of and a bigger version of what was his name? The catcher, Joe Mauer. And imagine that, right? Wasn't he like a 2-time MVP or something like that? So can you imagine being a bigger, better version? And then the same thing with Mateo. He was supposed to be a better version of Adrian Gonzalez. So obviously Red Sox won. I had to kind of make sure, because I'm not on the team, so I couldn't play the game. So that's what kind of made everything kind of longer and weird. I ended up hitting 407, bro. Shout out to them. This the second time in the second straight series where I got to say those numbers and hit that, actually. But hit 407 for the playoffs, man. That's nuts. That's crazy numbers, man. This guy, I'm telling you, he got it, bro. He definitely a talented player. Definitely not letting down his country right now. 407 with how much home runs that was? I seen 11 hits. 2 home runs? Okay. I'm about to say, I know that man ain't hit no 8, 9 home runs off of just 11 hits. But yeah, let's get to, you know, the off season. They got some guys leaving at third base that don't really got nothing to do with us after winning the championship, and they walk away on top. For me right now, we got to get that contract situation. You know how it is. After the first year, it's like a tryout, basically. So they're offering us a 1-year, $77,000 deal to play at the AAA level. So at the end of the day, we're already past Rafael. And I'm sorry, but like I said when I started last year, we're going to bring him up a lot. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get me a 2-year deal. I'm not going to get just a 1-year deal like how I said before with Mateo, where I was basically just taking whatever deal they had. So right now, they're trying to get me to 2 years, 182, which is basically 91 a year. So either way, I mean, at first they was just trying to give me 77, so I came up on them by 14,000. And after signing for 50,000 all those years ago, you know what I mean? I'm not really tripping. I'm happy to even be in this situation. And I actually think I got invited to spring. No, I didn't. I was about to say, I thought I got invited to spring training. And there goes the end to another video from MOISES BETANCOURT on his journey from the DR to the major leagues. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.
Riding with my Smith and go back to DR and make me a killing.